Hi, how are you? In today's video, I'm going to show you a little bit of how intros between Marshmellow and George went. Those of you who've been following my channel know that George crossed the Rainbow Bridge quite a while ago, but I did record a lot from their intros. I just thought it might be interesting to compare because I have another video coming up of intros between Marshmellow and the Newbies. And I thought it might be interesting for some people to see what the differences are, especially since I have another video on intros from Mac and Cheese and the other boys. So just thought it might be interesting, thought you might enjoy it, so stay tuned.
But we think they're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
George just wants to escape.
There's been no fighting. They were just sniffing. He heard a scary noise and he ran and hid under Blue. Look.
He just squeaked a little. But...
Okay, he doesn't want George to take his Cheerio.
George!
No, it's fine.
Stop being a lazy butt.
George is being fine. He's just saying, hey, I'm bigger than you. He's being careful. He's just checking on the baby.
He's a sweet boy.
He might flip the baby over. So there's a chunk of video missing here that I don't know if I accidentally deleted it or what happened to it. But between putting everybody in the playpen and the little get-along carrier, as we call it, I realized that Blue was really just not up for this task of intros, so I decided not to intro him and keep an eye on him for a couple of days. Then I just decided to continue intros with Marshmellow and George. And since they had done so well and were playing really well and there was not any fights at all, I thought I would skip the get-along carrier for a little bit and put them straight into the bin cage that Marshmellow had been living in. This is where I learned that Marshmellow is apparently a very dominant rat. I didn't know this before. The breeder wasn't positive either, but it's not surprising. His dad is also a very dominant rat. So what happened when I put them in there was there were no fights, but both Marshmellow and George would puff up and turn sideways and kind of posture at each other and jump back and forth, but they never actually connected. And the problem was that the cage smelled too much like Marshmellow, and so Marshmellow felt like he had to just defend himself, and George wasn't really sure what to do except defend himself back. So we stepped back. I put them both in the get-along carrier. We actually went for a drive, and some of you may know that doing something scary with your rats can actually help them bond. And that was the case because we went around a corner and the carrier was on the floor, but it still wound up rolling over on the floor of the car. And the poor boys, they both peed in fear, and I don't blame them. They were fine. They were in the carrier. They were safe. And we didn't do anything crazy with our driving. It was literally just that we went around a curve in the road, and that's what happened. But after that, as a result, the scary car drive was definitely accomplished, and we were able to put them in the next stage, and I didn't have any issues. What happened was they flipped and pinned each other a couple of times, and then it was like, okay, we're good. I didn't have any problems from there out. I don't know if it just took Marshmellow that long to realize how old George was, or if George just decided it wasn't worth the argument, but we literally went from the get-along carrier back to the hamster cage. They were in that like 6 hours with no arguments, just flipped and pinned each other a couple of times. They earned a hammock, no arguments over that. And then they wound up in the Critter Nation with no problems. So, enjoy. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. If you dislike it, give it a thumbs down and tell us why in the comments below, because Caramel really wants to know. Sorry, that was cheesy, but I had to do it. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notifications bell so that you know when there are more videos coming up from me. And lastly, check out these videos that YouTube thinks are just right for you. Thanks for watching. Bye.